What is up, guys? It's your boy BTD here, back with another video, and today we have some dread. So if you don't notice already, I'm playing on PC, so yeah, it's gonna be way different than mobile. And yeah, so before this I was actually on a 6-game win or like 4-game win streak maybe. So yeah, it was pretty easy in dread, not the best of opponents but not the worst of opponents either. So yeah, if you could do me a quick favor and throw me a subscribe and a like on this video, that'd be greatly appreciated. So right here, this is a post-com, by the way, pretty obvious. I turn on my hotkeys because playing on PC without hotkeys is almost impossible. So yeah, we start with our farmer at the top, and we're actually going Darling Bomb here, just because there's not that many other good strats. Well, actually, there's a lot of good strats on this map, excuse me, but it's just that Darling Bomb's pretty. It's not the best strat, but it's one of the best. Heli Ice, but that's harder to pull off. So Darling Bomb's like an easy strat to use. So I usually like to do a spike start and go for more bananas, and I usually send to like 256-ish, 257 maybe, and then I get up my Dartling. So yeah, so 257, and if they're sending a lot of balloons, then I'll double spike, but usually I'll just single spike. So as you can see, we can afford it at 42 seconds. There we go. Perfect. We could have sent one more, so maybe send to 258 is the move. And yep, as you can see, we're gonna leak a little bit. There's nothing much you could do about it. I guess you could spike, but I would rather save the spikes for like ceramics or mid-game rushes, because camo ceramics are pretty deadly with Dartling Bomb. So it looks like he's actually going Dartling 2, which is pretty good for us. Like, he's not going no NFE or anti-stall Whiz-Tack. Whiz-Tack is terrible on this map, by the way. Don't go Whiz-Tack unless you're grinding. So I actually tried to greed here, but he sends me pinks, and it looks like I'm a little bit off, so I actually can't afford it. So I still go for it anyways, and he opts to go for his own plantation, and we both send each other pinks. We're gonna need to be able to afford powerful darts, but it looks like we're a little bit off here actually. So we should be able. We're gonna leak down unnecessary lives because I miscalculated and I sent too much, but it's alright. He also gets his powerful darts, but that's why I don't like Darling on PC. As you can see, to send balloons, I had to aim my Darling to the left, where it actually hits nothing. So that's pretty bad. I might have to find like a better Darling spot for the starting one, for especially on just on PC. So I'm actually gonna go for my next farm here, because blacks don't do anything. You can pretty much solo blacks with um, you can solo blocks with the single Dartling. You'll leak a little bit, but with a little bit of Dartling target, then you'll be fine. So I actually opt to send him here because he's in the life lead right now, and I want to try to make him like get up unnecessary defense. That would be good for us. But it looks like he's not budging. But there is Dartling glitch, so we got a spike out of him, meaning that if he leaks after the spike, he would have leaked like 30 or however many lives plus 20. So yeah, we both managed to get our plantation at the same time. So I say that's a pretty good move. He didn't get an extra banana or anything on us, and we have like a little bit of eco more on him. So round 8, we gotta watch for cluster. Cluster's pretty. I mean, sorry, we gotta watch for yellows, but we might need a cluster to defend. Sometimes I just opt to boost it. If I'm just gonna go for my plantation anyways, I'll just boost it with like a 0-0 bomb. And it looks like, yeah, as you can see, he's gonna opt to be aggro here. But he's actually like sending them in like little waves, so our Darling can actually defend them for a little bit. But we're gonna have our bomb here, and we actually are able to defend this easily with the frag bombs, but if he would have sent more, then it would have been tough. So we actually go ahead and send him yellows here, just a little bit. We're trying to force his cluster, and as you can see, he's pushing pretty far on his side, so he might get a panic boost or leak down a lot of lives. And he's just going to opt to leak down a lot of lives, down to 64 lives, so that was a really good play by us. He manages to save a little bit of money on us, though, which is good by him. But yeah, don't send leads right now because the bomb can hit the lead layer. As long as the Dartling pops the black layer, then you're fine. So yeah. Anyways, we're just gonna keep on farming. We're looking on track to have a pretty early BIA, to be honest. But if he gets it too early, or if you get it too early, then it's easily punishable. You can just bait a boost and then force the sell, or they'll just die to the bait rush if they don't want to boost. So yeah, so he looks like he's gonna go for a round 12 BIA, and this is a really bad play for him because he's gonna have to, one, get up camel led defense right now, and then two, yeah, I'm behind in farms, but if he goes for his BIA, he's gonna have to boost. So he actually, yeah, he goes for his BIA, which is a really dumb play, and I'm just gonna punish him here. I just end up spiking the lead, and I don't know the hotkeys too well for spike, so I'm gonna send him some zebras and blacks here. Looks like he leaked down already to our camel rush, so that's good by us. And I actually send him two rainbows behind just to make him boost for sure, and he does end up boosting. So now that he boosts, I can send him another rush and force the sell. while getting my own BIA, but he actually just dies to this rush because his dartlings weren't popping the layer that the bomb couldn't hit. So yeah, that was a pretty easy win for us against Red Balloon. No idea who this guy is. I give him a face palm because I think I played him earlier, maybe not. But anyways, we're just gonna hop. I'm just gonna show you guys right here that I do have a 6-game win streak, as you guys can see, which is pretty freaking nice. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I've been playing, Dread. Maybe I'll play some Vortex later or something like that. Boss arenas are pretty good content. So yeah, that was like a 5-minute game, pretty good. And we got the same opponent here, Red Balloon. So now that we both went Darling Bomb, I doubt he's gonna go Darling Bomb again. Or if he does, then I'm just gonna run something to counter it. So I actually run Darling Ice here because I know that Darling Ice can easily outlast Darling Bomb. And if he wants to play passive like he did last game, then I could just outlast him. But if he wants to run like something else, I'm pretty sure Darling Ice can go like pretty freaking late. One of the best late game strategies actually, if you can afford the BIA spam. But I think Dartling Ninja's better, but it's kind of hard to pull off. So we're both gonna go for our standard start again, farmer and then farm. And honestly, like yeah, we're just gonna do the same opening like that I said earlier. So it's gonna be you buy a farm, you get the more bananas, you send it 257 or 258. I don't think I sent it 258 here, but you want to send it 250 something. Anyways, he triple spikes the back, which is an interesting play from him because now that he triple spiked the back, he doesn't have any spikes for ceramics if he's going for his Dartling bomb. So that's not too good. And we should be out. Yeah, so he goes wizard. This is a terrible play by him. So you want to save your spikes with wizard because ceramics against wizard's pretty deadly. But I actually end up spiking here because I don't want to leak too low on lives, especially since if he's obviously going Wiz Village, and Darling Ice actually outlasts Wiz Village, so I want to save my lives so I don't choke. Yeah. Anyways, so we can try to greed for a plantation, but there's no point really. We can send him like 2 sets of pigs, and he's gonna have to buy his lightning. Yeah, going low on lives with Wiz Village is not good at all. So I actually sent him 1 set, and I was thinking about greeting for my plantation for a second, but I actually just buy the powerful dart. And it looks like we're fine here, actually. Pinks are doing pretty good work, and yeah, he buys his lightning, so we're pretty chill right now, honestly. And there's nothing much else we have to do, really. So yeah, we go for our plantation here, and as you can see at the very top, he does not have a plantation yet, but he's gonna get it. Yep, he gets it on round 5, which isn't too bad for him. Round 6, I'm gonna send some blacks because Lightning Wizard, I don't think it solos blacks. Like, you'll leak a little bit, but honestly, it's probably not worth it to get up more defense. Round 8, he'll have to get up more defense for regen whites. And if he happens to send us yellows, then that's gonna be pretty bad for us because we can use the ice to defend, but like Dartling Ice early game isn't too good. Mid game is decent with the shards, but other than that, it has pretty big weaknesses with early ZOMG drain and stuff like that as well. So he actually leaks down a little bit of lives, as you can see, which is why I sent the blacks. I was going to send more blacks here, but I realized that I'm so close to affording a plantation that I might as well go for it. So now I look at my defense and I know that I don't have enough to pretty much defend anything. So obviously I can get up a snap freeze on the ice and I'll defend for a little bit, but some yellows are going to leak through. So I make a dumb play of actually going for another farm here, but why I do this is because he needs to get up another lightning for these regen whites. So he's paying too much attention to my side by rushing me. So I just end up boosting actually, get up my second Darling to minimize the leaks. And he actually, as you can see, he leaked pretty fat, but so did we. He leaked pretty fat to those regen whites. So yeah, he spent all of his money rushing us with yellows, excuse me. So yeah, we can just come at him with some regen whites. So now that I see upgrade to the second lightning, there's no point in rushing anymore. And I'm actually going to get my ice down because ice is better lead detection early game because it's cheaper than buying the Bloontonia. And yeah, he pretty much can't rush us here anyways. He knows he needs his BIA or he's just gonna get drained. So yeah, we're both playing a bit passive. Obviously he sent more yellow, so he probably has like 300, 320 eco, give or take. So I actually prefer, as you saw in last game, I prefer this Dartling spot here because you can target it above the bend a little bit and hit the camel leads before they come down. But I don't like placing my farms up in that top corner under the boost because I might accidentally click it. So we're just going to send him 2 camo zebras here. I notice he doesn't buy his camo protection, so that's pretty good for us. And usually you only buy 1 camo protection on a wizard, but he actually bought 2, which is good for us. So that's like $500 he wasted. but that's what I was trying to force in the first place. So that's pretty good. 300 eco is not too bad. We're looking on track for around 15 around 16 BIA, and he's looking the same. So with Wiz Village, you only need 3 plantations, and then you just sell like a normal BIA because that's the power of the village. But he makes the mistake of going for another farm, and he doesn't get his BIA. So that's actually really good for us because his strat is weak to ceramics, especially when he doesn't have he only has 2 lightning. So actually, yeah, he goes for his BIA, right? And I mirror him with a BIA with a little bit turtle micro because of PC, and I'm actually gonna balloon boost these ceramics at him to force leaks. So he's actually gonna send me some regen leads here, but that's actually not too bad of a rush by him, and we could actually defend it without boost. But I just boost just to be safe because I know we pretty much have this game in the bag. We outlast him. He's low on lives, and he's probably just going to die to ceramics anyway, so I just boost to be sure. No point in dying to a choke rush. So we keep sending these ceramics, and he's going to fireball spam, but that's not the play. He actually needs a dragon's breath, and as you can see, he actually dies to the ceramics, which is pretty good for us. So there we go. That's 2 wins in the bag. So now we have like a 7-win streak or something. So yeah, we'll toss them a smile, and we'll move on to the next game. So not gonna lie, these next 2 games, yeah, you're gonna see are not gonna be the greatest of games. We got 2 pretty good opponents, honestly. And I was just checking to make sure we're recording here, and yes, we are. And in case you can't tell, I am playing on the Microsoft version right now. You can tell by the little black sidebars and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. Like the difference is that I can't turn on my hotkeys if I'm on Steam. So I just play Microsoft version. I do have the Steam version though, so there's not too much of a difference. And it actually takes quite a while to find our next match. Yeah, but we find our next match and we actually get Bubble Buddy. So you probably heard of this guy from some Asian Sensation videos maybe, or he's a pretty good arena player. And he's actually a pretty good overall player. So I give him a smiley face because I'm gonna lose my win streak here. 60%. That's not looking too good to be honest, but. Yeah. Anyways, so that's Bubble Buddy for ya. He's a pretty good player. He's close to top 25 prestige if he didn't, but he was a little bit off. So I'm actually gonna run Ninja Farm NG here because I know that a good player like him actually might run like uh I don't know, something interesting because it's arenas, right? So if you're a good player, you're not gonna like try hard arenas like that. So I'm actually gonna bring NFE in. You want to start. This is the classic NFE start. You're gonna start with the no matter what map. You're gonna start with the anti-stall NG on last. You're gonna send a 252. So you're gonna send 2 sets of space blues, and then you're gonna get your farm. Then you're gonna send a 261, and then you're going to be able to afford your 9-inch nails. As you can see, my taskbar pops up there, so we're easily able to afford the farm. So when the next income boost comes, we're going to send a 261, and by the start, I'm looking like he's going to go heli or he's going to go Darlling. He actually can afford silver projectiles, but he didn't buy them, which is interesting. As you can see there, perfect eco numbers, and I actually was tempted to send a little bit more just because he wasn't getting up defense, but it honestly wouldn't have done anything. And then now you want to buy a 9-inch nails to further your anti-stall because you're trying to go anti-stall end games quick. So if they send you pinks, you're just gonna get up a 0-0 NG and you'll be fine to them. I don't know the targeting on Dread. I'm better like NFE player on offside, but I just have it on first and it seems to be handling pretty well as you can see. So we know we have to delay his BIA pretty late or we're gonna lose no matter what. But if we can't send too much or else we're gonna get drained as well. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna be able to afford our plantation here pretty soon. And like I said earlier, Darling's pretty much I don't know, it doesn't rule this map, but it's pretty freaking good with the good player. Especially like maybe not Darling Bomb, but Darling Ice, if they can pull it off, is pretty good on this map. So he keeps his Darling straight ahead, and I'm actually gonna send blacks here. He actually opts to balloon boost blacks to me, so I just get up another 0-0 NG. That placement's terrible by the way, but I just have no idea what the placements are in Dread. So yeah, but it looks like we handle here. And I did a mistake of full queuing blacks. So there's no point in doing that since he was just only going to leak a little bit of lives. So I should have just kept sent like a little bit. But as you can see, we can afford a farm here, and that's pretty good for us. So we have a 9-inch nails and 2-0-0 NGs, which is honestly pretty good defense against space balloons. And he doesn't want to be aggro. So he's not going to send us yellows because he needs to farm harder. If you don't farm hard against NFE, you are going to lose. So yeah. Anyways, we're just gonna go for our own plantation here. So the goal with NFE, you want to have like 2 plantations and a balloon trap round 10 to 11. But the thing is, you don't want to let your opponent get like, for example, Dartling. You can greed so hard with the 0-0 Dartling. Yeah, oh, I just noticed that. We have a spectator. That's pretty cool. Anyways, so as you can see, he has, um, he's able to greed so hard with just a 0-0, Darling, because it's just so freaking effective. Um, and if I were to rush him, I'd just be wasting money, to be honest. So I still have my 9-inch nails up there for anti-stall, and that's going to be pretty good for us. We're relying on the cleansing foam for these first couple of legs because we can't afford a bloon trap. So we have 600 on each of them, so we have 1,200. So we're actually like $200 short. That's why you save your spikes for later, so you can actually afford this. But we actually leaked down pretty low to this, down to 45 lives. We're gonna leak like to 40 lives, maybe 39. Anyways, yeah. He's going to go for that spot. I don't really like that spot because, I don't know. It just seems like an odd placement for that. I send him a small zebra rusher. Does nothing. Send the camel lead to force the blue tonium. And he's actually completely fine right here. But he's going to have to buy it no matter what. I think like that spot kind of gets blocked by like group balloons versus my spot that I showed you guys earlier. So he's actually on track for like around 15 BIA. So actually going to send him this small rush here. It was kind of a waste of money on round 14, but it actually forces the cluster. And it looks like it's going to force some leaks as well because there's always Dartling lag. And yeah, he actually leaks down to 30 lives, 27. Pretty nice defend by him. But now this is a bad play by me because my farms are terrible. You got to aim for facility round 20. So yeah, but we're actually doing a decent job here. But I don't want to let him get his BIA. So I sent way too many regen lights. I should have just sent a small rush. But I think he's gonna be able to solo this rush. Maybe he'll leak down pretty low, but he's fine. Yeah, he opts to go for his BIA. So as you can tell, he's a PC player. But I didn't know how he soloed that rush. That's interesting. But we're setting him some camo ceramics here. Uh, they're not going to do too much against him, and I don't know why I sent leads here. I should just be farming, honestly. But I sent some leads to mix him with round 16 AI, trying to get a boost. Unfortunate, and he actually manages to solo, so that's a really good defend by Mr. Bubble Buddy. And as you can see, he's a really good player. He's a pretty good player, at least. Um, yeah. Anyways, so he's not anti-stun. That's why he's aiming his darlings a little bit like non-facing there because he wants to get as much money from the round as possible from his BIA. So round 18, I don't see a point in sending him a moab because it's just gonna force an impact. So he can sell or he's just gonna spike or boost it. So there's no point in really sending one. So I'll just wait till BFBs. Also, I need to farm, like I said. And we have a decent eco, but this is bad by me. You want to have like a 350 eco when you're going NFE. So I over ecoed by sending useless rushes, which is a mistake on my part, and you'll see why later. So he's actually fine at the moment, but he's gonna for sure need to cash out the BIA because he doesn't have enough farms, I don't think, to defend. He's bought a lot of 0-0 darlings, so we're gonna be able to afford three of those. So yeah, we're looking on track for a late round 20 facility. But if they send a NFE against, if they send a BFB against NFE, all you need to do is Sabo once, 2 Jitsus, and then if it with distraction, and if it gets too deep, then you just boost, or if it becomes unsaboed, you also just boost. But we send him a BFB. We need to force the cash out, or he automatically wins the game. So we have no option there. Now that I think about it, if we didn't do that, we could have gone for a factory, but it's fine. So he actually is going to balloon boost us a BFB, and I'm fine selling here because we're going to be able to gain back the money anyways. I buy a flash bomb here because that's going to be my future Sabo. As you can see, we Sabo here, and then we're going to buy a Jitsu, and we need to buy one more Jitsu. I'm struggling with the hotkeys for a minute. And then we buy the second Jitsu, and we collect there to buy that. So yeah, he manages to defend, but he for sure cashes out on his side. And why I boosted here is just because I was scared. It was a panic boost. I don't think I really need to boost that, but maybe I did. I don't know. As you can see, the distraction on boost is crazy, and all the balloon trap gives us so much money from that defend, and we can actually sell and go for another facility. We can go for a facility. So that's a really good. Did you guys see that? If you guys didn't see that, the balloon trap just went all the way down. So yeah, hopefully you guys saw that. Rewind it if you didn't see that. That was pretty cool. Anyways, you need 2 traps for round 22, or else you're gonna leak even more. Usually like 1 or 2 ceramics leaks through anyways, but 2 traps. He's actually gonna go for a bank here. He can sell his Moab Maulers, honestly, because I just so that's a bad play by him. He could sell his Moab Maulers because he should have seen that I just went for a farm. So I actually have to buy a Jitsu here because of the ceramics, since we're at such a low life count. Not good for us at all. And we only have 1 facility, so that's also bad for us. But we should be able to afford another one soon, to be honest. No, we're not anywhere close. So he's going to get his second BIA here, which is bad for us, really bad. and he should be able to defend. So he's actually going to balloon boost us another BFB. So this is going to be interesting. So I actually sell my NG here to buy a flash bomb to afford a Sabo. It looks like we have to sell a plantation anyways, and we can buy the Sabo up. We get the balloon jitsu. We need to afford one more balloon jitsu, to be honest, but I don't think we can. Um, yeah, it's going to be pretty close, and especially if they become what do you call it? Unsabo, that's going to be really bad. So I might as, yeah, as you can see, it's full speed here, so I have to boost. But even on boost, this is going to be really bad because all the ceramics are going to eat it up. We actually came close to defending, to be honest, but we do go down to that. So that's a GG to Bubble Buddy. And yeah, honestly, to play that better, I shouldn't have sent those mid-game rushes because I can't prevent a BIA. That was stupid of me to waste money thinking that I could prevent a BIA, but honestly, I couldn't. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get into our next game here, and we actually get AM Timer. I don't have no idea who this is, but this is a pretty cool name. He has a top 10 prestige badge, so that's nothing to scoff at. He looks like he has a pretty good account, to be honest. And we give him a shock face. He's in No Money's clan, which is why I gave him the shock face. And Darling Bomb, we're just gonna go back to the good old here. Honestly, that's probably my tax back is my favorite on Dread, Josh. But we can't run tax back because it requires micro and PC micro. Even with hotkeys, the upgrading's fast, but like you have to escape and then hit the ability, and it's just really tough to do on PC. So yeah. Also, tack is just bad on Dread. So Darling Bomb for sure is. I wouldn't say it's meta. NFE or Darling Bomb or Heli Ice. It's a rock paper scissors meta. So Heli Ice gets countered by. Heli Ice gets countered by Wiz Village. Wiz Village gets countered by NFE. NFE, Heli Ice counters NFE, and yeah, so on and so on. So we actually afford a Darling, and it looks like he's going Darling too, which is pretty good. Or I wouldn't say it's pretty good. It's just alright for us, because Darling versus Darling matchups tend to be super passive, and which means late game. And this is like the last game of the Dread, I think. I think it was like what 9:40 something at that time when I hopped into the next game. If you don't know, Dread goes on for an hour, so yeah. So I'm actually gonna send him pings here. I didn't think that he was gonna greed for his own plantation, but he actually ends up doing that, and we can afford it at the next eco boost. But I actually buy the powerful darts while he ends up greeding, so that's a good play by him. Because I can't really punish it because I don't want to fall too far behind in farms. So that's a really good play by him. Maybe I'll start to do that. But remember, he triple spiked, or he spiked the back already. So honestly, he would be down like 20 lives. So we would still have the life lead. Not that it matters, but yeah. Anyways, I had some pretty clutch defends. Oh yeah, if you guys are still watching this video, comment down below milk. Yeah, comment down below milk, and I'll pin your comment, the first person who types that. Anyways, or maybe you just skipped ahead to this part of the video. In that case, hello. So we're gonna send in some blacks here, trying to force some more leaks, or maybe possibly a spike. We both go for a farm anyways, so this is just like a little bit of space eco, to be honest. Nothing too special early game. Like I said, Darling versus Darling's passive. So he actually gets this plantation here, so he's up a lot of money on us, like what 800. Actually, like ups like $700 on us, which I have no idea how he just got that much money on us. Probably from not sending. I don't know. I don't think I sent $700 worth of eco balloons. That's really fishy. Anyways, now that I think about it, so he actually goes for his own plantation. I mean, another farm, which is making me think he's going like something super passive. But a Darling, like I said, solos up until round 8, and on round 8 you just need a bomb. So he's actually gonna balloon boost me yellows. So I'm not boosting early until I place down my bomb. So I boost with the 0-0 bomb to defend. Actually, as you can see, he doesn't have that much money. This is where he messed up. So just to force a boost and a 0-0 bomb was not worth it. He spent like he could have kept the farm lead, but we actually send him our own counter rush, and he buys his frag bombs, but it blends nicely with the round 9 AI. I shouldn't have sent that second wave, but it actually forces the cluster, which is really, really good for us. So he spent, what, 200 or 500. He spent like at least like $1,000 on us, so we should be able. Yeah, we afford a plantation, as you can see, but this is where it goes bad. So things are about to go south from here. So I bet my bomb on Shrine to pop the lead layer, obviously, And it looks like we're going to need another Darling. But here we go. I buy my cluster bomb, and this is where things get terrible. So he sent me these regen... Oh my god, that voice crack. He sent me these regen zebras, and I try to spike, but as you can see, I missed my spike, apparently. And I couldn't spike for like the longest time. And I tried to spike once more, but I couldn't. And we actually go down to that rush, which is pretty stupid. I raged pretty hard, but this is a post-collab. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.